Hello and welcome to episode 15 of the Art of Trying podcast. How are you going, Mum?
I am good. As I am every bloody week.
Mum,
Just
I always
good.
notice there's a massive pause
Yeah.
before you actually reply to me.
Yeah, because I try and think
Right.
of something else to say, and then I'm just like, nah, that's too hard. I'm good. I mean, it's just another week. It's the same old, you know. So yeah, nothing much going on. So I'm all right.
Second week of what, stage 4 lockdown?
Stage 4, I know. Another 4 weeks to go, eh? Yeah, I'm well and truly done now.
I think everyone's well and truly done. But on a positive note, it's good to see our numbers are on the way down.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we're not there yet by any means, but we're certainly heading in the right direction, which is great.
But it by projections and graphs and all that sort of stuff, it certainly looks like we're on the other side of the curve.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, and obviously, hearts go out to the families of those who have lost their lives recently.
Yeah, there's been
it is
way
tragic.
too many.
It's very tragic, and apparently there's more to come because of obviously the high case numbers a week, 2 weeks ago. So
Although our numbers will go down, our deaths will probably go up, which is very sad.
Which is very saddening. Thoughts and prayers.
Yes.
I know that's said a lot. It's said a lot these days. But definitely our thoughts are with
genuinely,
the families.
it's, we hearts out to those people. It's a very hard time for them. Yeah, so we shouldn't really complain about just being at home, hey?
No, exactly. It could be a lot worse. You could be losing loved ones.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Could be losing loved ones. So, yeah. So stay at home. Just stay at home.
Just stay home.
It sucks. It's difficult, I know, but it's honestly not the hardest thing to be asked to do.
No, it's just boring, isn't it? Even Netflix is boring now.
I've stopped watching Netflix. I can't find anything. I mean, there's so much on there to watch, but I can't find anything to watch.
No, there's nothing of any interest, is there? No, it's not.
Anyway.
Hey, that was nice and
That's a cheerful introduction to episode 15, wasn't it? Jeez.
Yes, wasn't it just?
I feel as though our viewers, each week, our viewers are probably going, God, these guys are getting even more depressed.
Yeah.
Than they are.
Why do you think we need to bring on special guests? And talking to special guests, last week we had a really good week.
We did.
I think that was a good episode. Nice perseverance with James.
Lovely conversation with James. It was great to hear his story.
It was.
It got quite a few views on SoundCloud, that one. I'm not usually one to look at the views and whatnot. I'm trying to sort of steer away from looking at that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because, if I look at it and go, oh my God, it's only had 4 views. What are we doing? This is terrible. If I look, blah, blah, blah. So I try and stay away from that.
Yeah.
But I saw it today as I was obviously prepping for this one. And it got quite a few views. So I think a lot of people were quite interested in James's story of, commercial airline pilot, all that sort of stuff. So
yeah, well, it's interesting. Yeah.
it was a nice episode.
Yeah, and it's very humble about how he got there, which is
yeah,
nice.
which is very much unlike James.
Unlike James.
Yeah. So that was episode 14. Obviously, we're on episode 15 now. Mum, episode 15. We're really getting through it. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different to what we've usually been doing. We're talking about, the topic today is enjoy life.
Yes, got to enjoy life.
Enjoying life or whatnot. And that's more like life outside of business and career.
Yeah.
Because life isn't all about business, your career. It's not all about grinding 24/7. There's a lot more, isn't there, Mum?
There is.
There's
an
a
abundance
lot more to
of stuff
experience.
out there. And we did touch on it last week with James when we were saying about, working to live and living to work, and it's about getting that balance, isn't it? And
it certainly is.
Yeah,
it certainly is.
And I think it can be hard for people sometimes when you're not really sure about what to do outside of your work.
Yeah.
You know, or for someone like James, I guess, who thoroughly enjoys his work and throws himself only into that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
for him, having kids, obviously, that's his extracurricular.
That's his outside of work.
Outside of
Yeah.
work. So yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see and to listen to how, you know, other people, what they do outside of work.
Yeah.
And what interests them. You know,
definitely.
and how you wind down.
Yeah. Well, without further ado, that's a nice saying, isn't it? I love that saying. Without further ado. Without further ado, let's introduce our third special guest for today's episode, Miss Danielle Trudgett. How are you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, very well. Absolutely, very well.
Yeah,
Today's a
we're
good
well,
day.
It's a Friday for one.
Most other days. Yes, it is TGIF.
Yes.
Thank God. It is Friday.
It is Friday.
So, first of all, Danielle, let's just jump straight into it, as we always do. Tell us a little about words just stumbling all out of my mouth.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Danielle Trudgett?
Well, most people call me Danny.
Okay.
I am obviously the third child of our family. I am
My first
Daddy's
girl.
first girl.
Yes.
Daddy's little girl, as everyone says I am, but I know I am. I'm 23 and I work at Specsavers in Berwick.
Specsavers in Berwick. Now, I've always actually... I wanted to ask you this today, because I got confused. Are you an optometrist or not? No, you don't classify as an optometrist? No. Do you need to go to university to study that?
You have to go to uni. It's basically you're basically a doctor in a way, but for eyes.
Yeah, doctor of eyes.
A doctor of eyes. So
of
I have a friend at work who is actually training to be an optometrist, and it's going to take her, I think, like 4 or 5 years.
Oh,
Jesus! I was going to
Jesus.
say, it's not an easy thing to.
It's
not a quick thing to get into, is it?
No.
Are eyes important, are they?
Eyes are very important. I try and tell everyone that, because it's not just if you've got bad eyesight or good eyesight. There's so many things behind the eyes that can actually happen. It's like you can have cataracts, glaucoma, anything can actually happen to the health of the eyes.
I've heard of glaucoma, and I do you know, I once had a panic attack because I thought I had it, because I had.
Do you know what glaucoma is?
Yeah, because I had a headache in the back of my eye, and turns out it was just eye strain.
It's not glaucoma. I believe glaucoma is when you get sort of like tunnel vision.
Yeah, but I just remember watching. What was it? It was back in the UK. It was Street Doctor. You know that Street Doctor show where they're just doctors that are on the street and they get random
really
people.
Tall one, blonde hair. I like.
Yeah. It was this bloke came up and he said, "Yeah, I've had a strain behind my eye for the last week." I was like, it took you a week and you weren't even planning to see a doctor. And it took you a week to tell someone, idiot. And this doctor basically said, it could be glaucoma. You need to go to an optometrist.
And that's the thing, it could be, because there's so many different aspects of glaucoma or cataracts where there's different things of what can lead up to it. So you actually never know what can actually cause it and what the symptoms are, because that's different for every person.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds too scary.
Yeah. I remember I got told off by one of your optometrists once, Danny.
Which one?
I can't remember her name, but I got told off by her. Because
why? What'd you do?
I walked in and obviously I sat in the seat, and she goes, "All right, so have you had any issues recently with your eyes in terms of, soreness, redness or not?" And I said no, because I was scared. I said no.
She could clearly see that you had.
No, because I thought she's not going to know what I had 2 days ago. And she looks into my eyes. She goes, "So when I asked you if something was wrong, were you lying?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I had a bit of conjunctivitis."
We don't like seeing people who've got conjunctivitis. It's contagious.
Yeah, I know. And she was like, "All right, you need to leave and come back another day."
Yes.
Exactly. It's like going to the hairdressers when you've got head lice.
Yes, this is very true. I made a mistake. I am sorry. Anyway. So, moving on. So Danny, today we're talking about enjoying life outside of business and career. So that's basically going to chat about what we do outside to sort of turn off, in a way, turn off from anything that was essentially yes, turn off from like the hard nitty gritty stuff, and just enjoy. You know what I mean? So how do you enjoy life outside of your work?
Well, for me, work is very important to me still, because I love going there. I love being with the people. I love actually doing that hard work and achieving stuff.
It's very hard to find a job you enjoy,
It is, and I absolutely love this job. Like Kerry, my boss, she has just been absolutely amazing. I was a customer there, and she gave me a job. And but probably to wind down from work and to sort of relax a lot. Obviously, I'm part of a car club called Illustrious Cruises, and I actually joined that because I worked at Specsavers.
How'd you get?
I was going to say, how
does that link up?
There?
How does
that work?
So one of my admin members, Ben, he worked with me at Specsavers, and so he found out I really liked cars and all that sort of jazz. And so he said, come along with me to a car show, and then it just went from there, and then I joined.
So he was part of the club as well?
He was part of the club as well, and he was my colleague.
Yeah.
And so he introduced me to the club, and I just sort of knew I wanted to be a part of it because it was something just to catch up, have a bit of banter with everyone, go to shows, because we've gone to Sydney, Shepparton, we've gone a lot of places just to see shows for cars and to see like drag races.
Oh, so it gets you out and about.
It really does, and that sort of helps me unwind, because when I was in Sydney last year for Grudge Kings, when we went there, we went to a night show, and I had my Illustrious Cruise jumper on, and I was walking around looking at all these cars, bikes, everything, and I felt proud to be part of that club. It's like, I like having this sort of side of me where it's not work, it's nothing else, but I'm just in that moment and I get to have a bit of fun.
Yeah. And it's not even similar to your work, is it? It's not even a side part of.
Yeah. There's a little bit that I do connect with work and the club is because I'm part of the admin team. So I actually I help organise a lot of the events that we do, a lot of the accommodation that we need, raising money for the club.
So you take your knowledge from your admin at work too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I basically take that knowledge and put it into work, or put it into the club, and just try and figure out what is the best angle to go with. So even though it is my downtime and I get to hang out with my friends, get to just have a bit of banter with them, I still have to be responsible for a lot of things, and that's what I sort of like, because yes, it's work, but it's fun.
Yeah. Cool.
It's just all about enjoying life, like the topic of our episode today.
And being part of the club has boosted my confidence a lot, in one, talking to people, to being able to manage stuff, and just enjoying life, because obviously I've had a few rough couple of years, and having this club, it's sort of like another family to me.
Yeah.
And I can go to them and talk to them. I know they're there. Not saying that you guys aren't, you are, but like there is another family for me as well.
Yeah, it's an extra release for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a way to just, like we said, it's a way to just like turn off and be sort of present in the moment, not worrying about anything else. You know what I mean?
I can just be me. I don't have to worry about customers. I don't have to worry about having overtime or anything like that. I can just be me.
Yeah.
And
so
they don't judge me for it.
Yeah, it's about finding that thing that you enjoy doing, where you can literally be yourself, and just enjoy.
So you can shut out the it's not like the outside world, and it's not even the important world, is it? It's just shutting out that part of your life that you need, because you need that part of your life to be able to do your everyday stuff. But but this allows you to refocus, I guess, and
it
refill
allows you
those
to
cups.
it just allows you to relax a little bit and not having stress of the day-to-day life that you do. And so many people are going through that at the moment, where they have so much stress with working, not working, and it's hard because then we can't have that downtime that we're used to. Like I can't see my club, I can't do anything with them, and that is stressful on me because that is my downtime, that is my release from work.
It makes you realise how important it was, doesn't it?
It is.
That suddenly you don't have it now.
And I think a lot of people don't realise that until something's taken away. Obviously, you don't. With the old, you don't know what you've got until it's gone.
Yeah, that's the one.
You don't know what you got.
But don't quit your day job, please.
Great song. Anyway, it's what was I saying? I completely distracted myself.
You did.
That's wow. I do that often
basically,
anyway.
We don't realise what we've got until it's gone, and we don't. Doing something like that, you do realise how important or how much it de-stresses you as well, and allows you to be refreshed to be able to go back to work whenever, whether that's shift work or whatever, 9 to 5 or whatever you do. It is really important to recognise the fact that you need to take some downtime.
Yeah. Well, it's just like Luke, my partner, he's just been stood down from work. And he would normally have the outlet of the club, and he doesn't have that anymore. So he's stuck at home 24/7 with our housemate Brad, and they literally are getting bored out of their minds. Like, I'm still very lucky that I'm still working, but they don't have that downtime to go.
Everything then just rolls into one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm finding that at the moment. It's really, your days just do roll into one, and it's very. I mean, I actually don't mind weekdays, to be honest. I find weekends harder because it's like, well, I can't go anywhere and I can't do. I can't change it up.
Yeah.
Apart from I can leave this room and go to the next room.
Well, yeah, it's just like me today. It's mine and Luke's anniversary for 1 year, and we can't do anything.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
But yeah, we can't go. We were wanting to go out to one of our favourite restaurants, Sagami's.
Yeah, Sagami's. No, you mean Akami.
Oh, thank you, Akami.
Thank you,
Akami. That's the one.
Yeah, but there is a Sagami's as well. But yeah, I knew you meant Akami. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we wanted to go out there because that's what we went for our first proper date. Went for Valentine's Day, and we wanted to do it again, but we can't. We're stuck at home.
Well, that's what makes us realise how important these outside of life and things are. And I think once we are back to whatever COVID normal we can get back to,
Normal.
Will make us realise and appreciate those small things that we do that do allow us some time to just de-stress and enjoy the smaller things in life. I think maybe that's what we'll do as well later on, as we do come to some sort of new normal, we will appreciate those small things,
We certainly will.
Well, we haven't got family at the moment, that was one thing that, I mean, for me anyway, that's a really important way for me to de-stress, is to get the family together and and enjoy life like that, and I love having you all over, so that I love being able to sit back and just watch you all.
It's not creepy at all.
And you'll understand it one day. But and it is hard when those things are taken away from you. But it is. But they're so important to have in your life, aren't they? To have some sort of release and just to sit back and enjoy. Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think as you say that family is such a big part of a lot of people's lives. Like. That family time on, whether it's on the weekend or whether it's, you've got a regular day of the week that you go over to your mum and dad's place or whatnot. That is such an important time for a lot of people in terms of, having that time to switch off and just be present with people that you love.
Just having to de-stress and not having to worry about much. It's just...
Yeah, and
having
the fact
great family
that
time.
the fact that that's been taken away it's a big toll on a lot of people and a lot of people's mental health as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, I can definitely vouch for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think once we get that back, I mean, admittedly, that was what started this whole...
Yeah, I mean, that is the issue, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be one of the last things that we are given back.
Yeah, it's troublesome times we're going through.
Yeah.
Troublesome times. Mum, so you spoke about family being a thing you do.
Thing like, yeah, I think I've done it for a
Honest to
while
God.
now.
Honest to God, I think about what I'm going to say. I even practice sometimes in the mirror, and I'm like, or in the shower. I practice, and I'm like, I'm going to talk about this, and this is where I'm going to do it. I get into the room in front of the microphone, and it's like,
No English words.
Verbal diarrhea. Family is one of my enjoyments of life. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
That's one of my releases from my work. Yes.
What else do you do? Do you do anything else? That sounded as if...
Do you know what? It's one of those things. I thought about this morning when I was reading through the structure. To me, it was like, oh, that question in an interview or on a application form. What do you do for fun?
What do you do in your spare time?
When you spare time, and you write down, oh, I go walking, I go cycling, I go hiking.
Any of that.
No.
See, this is where I have the advantage, because I could just go, I'm an actor.
Oh.
Yes.
Because big businesses don't see that as an actual career. They see that as fun in your spare time.
It's fun in your spare time, absolutely. So
Oh,
no,
you do
one-
acting. Amazing. Oh.
That must entail a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really do... I walk the dog. I don't even do that every day.
Come on, Alfie's stuck inside with humans all day now. He deserves a walk.
I do take him for a walk when it's not raining. Yeah. What? Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Is this making you realise you need to do more, Mum? You need to enjoy life a little bit more.
I need to.
Not that you don't
Do know
enjoy
what?
life.
Do you know what? I do enjoy life, but do you know what I really do enjoy, which is weird, and I was having this conversation with Samantha and Cooper last night. I enjoy cleaning. I love
don't
cleaning.
think that's weird at all. I enjoy... I mean, if Katie listens to this, she's going to be like, no, you don't.
Yeah,
but
it's all right. She doesn't listen. We've already established.
we've got a new Hoover vacuum cleaner, and
Hoover.
I really
It's
enjoy
Hoover.
vacuum cleaning.
Are you still enjoying it?
Yeah.
I mean, it won't last too long, I don't think. Your dad always enjoys a good Hoover when we get a new one.
My Dyson.
Yeah.
Just
And
sucks right
did
up.
you do the whole, oh my God, look at that, and I've gone over the carpet twice?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Jesus
Oh,
God,
Christ, I was living
you're
in
your
filth.
father's son.
Living in filth.
But I do love it. I love cleaning, and I love the end result. I said to them last night, I am at my happiest when I have got a clean house. And
I have that when I'm cleaning the kitchen.
yeah, well, I like
the kitchen
whole
is my
thing
little
being
domain.
clean.
The boys don't really.
Yeah.
This is my happy place.
Yeah, I don't think cleaning is I wouldn't say that's a weird thing to enjoy. It's certainly not a fucking terrible thing.
No.
Like,
well,
you
yeah. But it's not something that you'd put on a, what do you do for fun? list,
Clean.
is it?
No.
why not?
Well, it depends what job
maybe
you're
I
going
should.
for.
Oh, true. It does depend.
If
what
you're going
sort
for a cleaning job, yes.
Yeah, I like to clean for fun as well as for work. Yeah.
Well, it will get you the job.
Possibly. Yeah. But no, I don't have very many hobbies. Although saying that, I think the job I do now started off that way. So I was obviously
Yeah.
working, and then I was doing this as a side project.
It's a little hobby because
It was a
you like
hobby to
doing it.
start with, and I was just practicing, and I wasn't selling anything. So yeah, that was a release. I remember sitting down of an evening, and I just started to make little baby booty things, and I'd finished for the day, and I'd packed everything up, and I was watching telly, and I was like, nah, I want to go and make more. So I got it all out again, and I started making more. But that's just, that just relaxed me, and I enjoy that. So for me, I guess it is, family get-togethers. I love to sit outside when it's nice, have a drink on the deck, and be with family, and
Have Adriana running around and screaming.
Yeah. And that's a nice. I saw her yesterday. She came to the window. That was lovely.
Aww.
It was so lovely. Her and Romeo and James and Eloise came round and we sat and chatted at the window, which was really nice. I do miss her an awful lot.
Yeah, I do miss them a lot.
Yeah, I mean, luckily he won't remember it particularly.
She probably won't remember much of it either, but
no, I don't think she will. But she'll remember sort of little things like, oh, I remember seeing you at the window, Nanny, and that sort of thing, you know. But yeah, she won't be affected by it. But yeah,
I think it's quite hard because we saw Adriana grow like.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying yesterday. At the age that he is now, she'd been with us for so long.
Yeah,
you know, there was a really
missing out a lot of things for him.
Yeah, a really tight bond between all of us.
Yeah.
Then, so yeah, but he's a little cutie, and his hair is growing. It was blowing in the wind. Yeah, so it was lovely to see them. So that was a really nice release. Yeah, and it's small things like that I think that you get occasionally that just really boost you and. It's remembering to do, and I think especially in times like this when we are stuck inside, not stuck inside, we're safe inside, but we are only inside, where it's important to find something that does allow you to have some sort of release from what you're doing every day, you know.
Yeah.
Well, like
whether that's going and having a bath and putting some candles on and
I do love a bath.
And have a bit of fizzy and
I need a
make it.
You need a bath.
Well, you can't just make a bigger bath, Brad. Sorry.
No.
But yeah, so I mean that would be, you know, you could do that for Katie coming home from work on a Friday evening, couldn't you? Run the bath, put some candles in.
I tried to do it last week.
Oh yeah.
I did, honestly. I went, but obviously because all retail shops are closed now except Woolworths, I was like, I'll go to Woolworths, I'll see if there's any no bath bombs, nothing like that.
No.
I was like, well, I can't do that.
So you gave up the whole idea?
Yeah, I did. I told her when she got home, I was like, I wanted to do this.
Oh, and I bet she would have really liked it too.
No, I know.
But you don't need to have just some bubble bath.
Yeah.
And if
I
there's
couldn't
no
find
bubble
any.
bath, use shower gel. It will still make soap.
Or, here's an idea, purchase bath bombs online and get them delivered.
Oh, it
Good idea.
won't be delivered by tonight.
Well, not now they won't, but if you'd done it last week when you thought about it, they would be here now.
Yeah, well, I forgot, didn't I? Anyway.
Useless.
But anyway, the thing I'm trying to say is just do something different. Because otherwise I think that you can burn out by doing nothing. By doing the same thing every day, all day. You can burn out just as easily as doing that as you can by working yourself to the bone every day.
Well, you know, I worked myself to the bone when I worked at a pub. And Mum, you would remember this, where I actually damaged my knee that bad that I had to have surgery on it. So I literally worked probably nearly 6-7 days a week, 10 hours straight, with probably an hour break. That's it. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it, but I burnt myself out.
Because you didn't have something else.
No, literally work is all I had.
Yeah.
I didn't have a release. I didn't have a partner. I didn't have any of that.
But you don't give yourself any time to find anything like that if you're working constantly, though, either. You know, it's like a vicious cycle, isn't it?
So if you aren't sort of, if you're grinding 24/7 and whatever that grind is, you're going to miss a hell of a lot in life.
And that's why I'm glad I work at Specsavers, because if I didn't work at Specsavers, I wouldn't have met Ben, and Ben wouldn't have introduced me to my car club. And that wouldn't be my release. I wouldn't be an admin there. It's just the way it all went, and I'm glad I'm part of them, because that is my release.
Yeah. And funny, it could be if you like are pushing so much in terms of a career or a business, it could be if you don't have any sort of time outside of that, it could be detrimental to relationships as well.
Oh yeah.
You might not meet anyone.
No, exactly.
Or
you might not have time.
Push someone away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's
So when
okay
you
to
talk
slow
about-
down.
when you talk about earlier, Brad, when you said, oh, you know, it's easy for me, I can just say that I'm an actor for, you know, but that's taking that as a very loose term, isn't it? And almost being detrimental to being an actor. You've just sort of made it a little bit sort of funny, if you like.
Yeah, it's just to use on my resume.
I get that. But what do you actually do? So when you think about where you are at the moment, where you're staying at home, but you're also trying to do more with your acting stuff. Obviously, we've seen you put stuff up online. Fabulous, by the way.
Oh yeah, I saw the You've Crossed the Line Alfie clip that you did.
Yeah, it's a clip from Peaky Blinders. I love that show.
I love that. Yeah. Absolutely loved it. You pulled it off brilliantly.
Thank you.
I mean, you are a stunning actor. So what do you do then? Do you find that that's your release at the moment?
Yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah,
it's definitely one of them.
Is that your? I mean, you obviously you're lucky that that's your work and you love that sort of thing. But is that because your day-to-day stuff at the moment is staying at home that you find that doing that acting part is actually your enjoyment of life?
Yeah.
And that's what you do for fun and to refocus and
definitely.
Yeah.
It's been a hell of a lot of it's been a big focus of mine recently. Because I don't have to worry about anything else. Like, so I you know, at the moment my big issue, my big sort of grind is trying to find a fucking job.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard.
You know,
I don't think you're going to find one in these times at the moment.
Believe me, I bloody know, Danielle. So, you know, getting away from that side of things and being able to just work on a character, on a minute monologue that's just like, you know, and having some fun with it. It's like, it's my, at the moment it's my release. And that on top of that, you know, I've spoken about, I do some gaming as well. And that is such an easy and nice way to just switch off.
Oh, it is. I do that. Luke does that. Brad does that.
I think. Do you find that you have to actually put a time on it though? Because
I do.
Danny's like, no, Brad's yet.
I do.
I do. I only play a few games, but Luke and Brad, nah.
See, they could do that all day, every day, and that becomes then detrimental, doesn't it?
Luke did it all day yesterday. He did a bit of washing and all that for me. But
No, not for you. No.
Oh, no, not for me. I asked him to do it, and he did it.
That's still for you.
No, it's not for me. He needs it done. He's very forgetful.
We'll talk after.
He's very forgetful. So I have to remind him to do it because he will forget. So yeah, he literally was off COD.
Oh, I could definitely game all day, and I have done.
Yeah.
That
But
makes
these
me feel
days,
sick.
especially during the week, I try and schedule my time so that I'm putting time into finding a job, putting time into doing all the the technical stuff and all that sort of stuff, and just trying to find work and for career and all that sort of stuff. But then I also schedule time for my free time, and it's my free time is my free time that I can do. And that's that block of 1-2 hours that I can literally do anything I want in it and not feel like I'm wasting time.
Yeah. But that's okay, because what you've done, you've and this is where I talk about the cups again of life, and that do all have to be full. You can't have one full cup and one empty cup, because then your life is not balanced. And I think if you're going to do something like game all day, that's okay, as long as it's not something that you end up doing all day, every day.
Yeah.
Oh, Luke doesn't do it every day.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he does. I'm just saying in general, because then that becomes the same as working all day, every day, burning out, and you end up not being satisfied in other parts of your life, and I think, Brad, it's great that you can, schedule your life and then have that 1 to 2 hours and say, that's mine. I can do anything in that time, guilt-free. I don't care what it is, and that's great, because then you do actually do whatever it is you do in that time, you enjoy to the maximum, because you know that you've earned it in some way.
Yeah.
So
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more.
Mm.
John's also a good switch offer.
Well,
Travel.
you can't really do much of that now.
No, you can't do that much at the moment.
I was supposed to be in the UK right now.
You were.
I was supposed to be in the UK, in my hometown, and
I love to travel. Can't wait to do it again. Katie and I have we've planned quite a few things. We wanted to go back to the US, but don't see that happening anytime soon.
Well, I think that's one of the places I'd steer very clear from
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Australia opening up, actually. I think it's a great opportunity for us
Me
to
too.
be able to, because I don't think we do that, do we? We never explore our own backyard.
No.
You know, I wish I'd done a lot more in the UK, considering how bloody small it is. You know,
I know.
there was really no excuses to not travel. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, because then it will be nice to go off and see parts of Australia that.
I would love to do that, because one, Luke has only been to, I think, Queensland. That's it, and he doesn't even have a passport.
Oh, that's right. No, but doesn't he now? Because you were going to the UK.
No.
Oh, did he not get it?
No, because we cancelled the trip before we applied for the passport.
Oh,
So
You should probably get a passport.
you should. There's a lot of Australians that don't have passports.
I know. A lot of Australians haven't gone outside of Australia, which is...
Yeah, I mean, if you're only going out, if you're only in Australia, it doesn't need one anyway. So
Yeah, but still, you bought one for just in case.
just in case, I might pop overseas.
Yeah, I might pop to Bali.
You never know. You never know what the future will hold.
Yeah.
We've had people.
All right.
I've literally, when I was a travel agent, I've had people come in and say, "Oh, I want to leave next week." It's like, okay.
Yeah, well, they've obviously already got passports.
Yeah, you can't do that if you don't have a passport.
Yes, but if you have it, just in case, like,
Yeah,
I
just
wanna
fancy going
do a
away.
spontaneous trip. I'm gonna go to Bali. It's like
Spontaneous
when? Next
trips. Wow.
Okay.
One day.
Yeah.
Well,
All
Luke and
right,
I,
well...
we're definitely gonna go to England. So.
It is incredibly important to... I mean, look, it's incredibly important to, like we said last week, it's incredibly important to focus and persevere in what you want to achieve in life and your dreams and your career and all that sort of stuff. But it is also incredibly important to enjoy life and find those ways to turn off, have downtime, and just enjoy. Because, like we said, if you don't, you're going to miss a fucking lot, because a lot goes on and a lot happens rather quickly. And it could be so detrimental to just your life in general if you don't have those things that you enjoy.
Yes, fill all your cups and
Fill all your
enjoy.
cups. Fill all your cups. All right, well, that was episode 15.
Yeah. Thank you, Danny.
Fantastic. Thanks, Danny, for coming on board.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to do a small business shout out. Danielle.
Well, you are. You and Danny are.
Me and Danielle are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we decided we're only going to do 2 each week because it's easier. Danny, who's your small business shout out?
My small business shout out is called Burger Chefs in Woeville. I only found out about it through my next door neighbour, who said it's just literally 2 minutes down the road. I believe it's a couple. I'm not too sure on that, but it's basically, I think it's like a truck where they sell burgers. It's quite cheap burgers, but pretty amazing burgers. Like
a food truck, yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like a food truck, and it's
Is
just
it nearly lunchtime? Because I'm hungry.
I'm starving.
Yes, it is. An hour, Mum. You can order them on not Uber Eats, sorry, Menulog.
I don't think they'll come out this far, but
No, but
sounds good.
Okay. But yeah, that's my small business shout out. It's a little Burger Chef's restaurant food truck.
And they're on Instagram, Facebook as well, yeah?
I believe so. Yep, I know they're on Facebook. I believe they have an Instagram, but that
I'll find them. I'll find them.
But I know they have a Facebook.
Fabulous. I'll look them up.
Wonderful. My small business shout out this week is to a little company. I believe they're in Berwick. They've tagged quite a few different places in the photos that they do on Instagram, whether it's Officer, Berwick, or Melbourne. So, but I believe they're in Berwick because they've tagged that mall. Yeah, I should tell you.
Who are they?
Yeah.
So I stumbled across them on Instagram when I was doing my usual social media interaction stuff. They're called Macy Gray Co. So they are a little small business that specializes in homemade scrunchies, key rings, and lots of other sort of stuff as well. They do
Accessories.
Let's say accessories. That's a
Do
good
they do
one.
delivery?
I believe so, but they have just launched their new website.
Ooh,
Macy Gray. I love that name.
that's a really nice name.
Macy Gray Co.
Yeah.
It's very cool, and I just love that. I mean, I'm never going to use a scrunchie because my hair.
Katie
Well, you
would.
never know.
But
you
that's the
never
thing.
know, Brad.
You
may
too,
wanna grow your hair out.
if you guys are in need of a scrunchie.
I'm not going to need it, Brad.
That's true.
Come on.
But their designs are really cool, and their Instagram looks fantastic. If I can say something, they're doing very well on their Instagram. It looks very good.
Excellent.
Yeah, and
And they've got a
they're
Facebook
homemade.
page.
They've-
Facebook or
I
website?
believe so. I believe I saw it, but they've got a new website and an Instagram.
Oh, cool.
It's handmade by a mother and daughter duo mum.
Oh, that's lovely.
So I thought, mother
Love it
son
when
duo
families
here,
do- Yes.
mother daughter duo there.
Fantastic.
So I thought fantastic, and they're Melbourne based, and they do Australia shipping. I don't know whether they do free delivery, Danielle, but
I don't
never
care
know.
about free delivery, but
you never know. So yeah, that's my little shout out this week.
Wonderful. I will look them up.
Yeah, definitely do.
Look.
Definitely do. Support local business,
Wonderful.
guys. It's very important to do that. I think they do masks as well. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure.
Everyone
I,
seems to be doing
everyone's
that, don't
doing
they?
that.
I thought I saw it on their website. I may be mistaken.
I
Whoever's
saw
not doing masks, we're losing a lot of money.
talking of masks, I actually saw a thing on Facebook this morning of the new social distancing concert that was being done. I think it was in
did
the
see
UK
that.
actually.
It's in the
And they
UK.
had, so it was an open air concert, and they had little individual stands that were obviously to
barricaded off.
they're all
And they had
barricaded
chairs.
off. So you'd have your own chair. So you'd buy basically your own little stage with your friends that you could sit on. And I saw a picture of a lady carrying 4 beers like this under her chin, but she had coordinated her mask with her skirt. It was
Fantastic.
like white and black zebra, zebra looking. And I was like, see, that's what's going to happen. Your mask is
You're
going to be
gonna
your
wear a
new
mask.
handbag.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's going to
part of
be
you.
an accessory. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But I was really blown away with the concert idea. I thought, what a fabulous idea.
I
And
saw that
probably
and
could
I
be
loved it.
the way we're going to do it, and yeah.
Certainly could be. Certainly could be.
There we go.
All right. Well, that's episode 15.
It is. Enjoying life.
Enjoying life. Again,
We certainly
thank you.
are.
Thank you, Danielle, for joining us.
That's all right. Thank you for
it was
having me.
Great to hear about illustrious cruises and all that sort of jazz.
Yeah, maybe we'll put them up on the...
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Actually, can you? I
Yeah.
should have shouted them out. But
Yeah.
they're not a business in a way.
No,
We'll
we
shout them
can-
out anyway. Why
We
not?
can shout them out. Yeah.
They have a Facebook page, so.
Cool.
Fantastic. Do you have
We'll
an
do
Instagram?
that.
No.
You telling me it's a car club and you don't
And
have an
they don't
Instagram?
have Instagram.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
missed
don't know if they have
opportunity.
I don't know
Especially-
if they have an Instagram.
Well, you should look at if you do have an Instagram, fantastic. If you don't, get an Instagram going.
I'm going to get it. If we don't have one, I'm going to make one. I don't care
because
what the
it's
other
quite
admins
simple.
say.
Yeah.
Because you literally
So many
with
more
the
people on
iPhones these
Instagram.
days, you don't need to buy anything decent. iPhone these days can take really, really good photos. So and
Well, I'm getting a new one.
yeah,
And
so
Instagram's really easy, isn't it? It's just
especially
post-
for cars.
Yeah.
Especially for cars, people love.
I'd be surprised if
following
they
car
don't
pages
have
on.
an Instagram.
Yeah.
I think they do, but I'm not sure because I normally do all my stuff on Facebook.
Well, find out.
I'm going to see if
Okay.
we have an Instagram. If we don't, I'm going to make one.
Okay,
There you
fantastic.
go.
All right, episode 15. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. We hope you enjoyed. Make sure to follow us on our socials at the Other Chime Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and we also have a YouTube channel now as well. So you can go and look and watch us on there as well. We shall see you next week for episode 16 and you guessed it, yet another special guest.
Another one.
Yeah.
Danielle, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you,
Mum,
Danny.
always a
Lovely
pleasure.
to see you.
We'll see you next week. Thank you very much. And goodbye.
Bye.